What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Week 1 slash draft grade preview presented by me, Ryan, the Commissioner of the League. Let's get it started. Does anybody hear anything? That's right, everyone. Football is back, and we'll get right into it. Week 1 matchups here. We have Anthony in the Fearsome Foursome taking on Paul in the Washington Patriots. Sketchy name. All right, let's get into it. Paul's team here: Brady, Lamar Miller, Carlos Hyde, Robert Kelly, Rex Burkhardt. Decent running backs. Miller and Hyde, kind of tough teams there. Houston, Miller had like no touchdowns last year. Hyde a bit suspect on San Francisco. Receivers: Antonio Brown, Crabtree. He's got Chris Hogan on the bench, Rashard Matthews. Tight end Jimmy Graham should have a solid year. Kicker irrelevant. That's why you don't take him to the last round. Anthony, on the other hand, Rodgers, Melvin Gordon, Abdullah, Jordy Nelson, Devontae Parker. On the bench, he's got Theo Riddick, always with the Lions running backs. Cooper Kupp, let's go Rams. Said no one ever. Ed Ginn, Rams D. For draft grades, Paul, I'll give you a B. Solid team. I like the upside. Somehow you get a B even though you were bombed by like the 8th round. Anthony, sober as a second grade class, and pretty mediocre team. Again, you need to draft running backs. Nelson and Rodgers, though, should be tough all year, so I'll give you like a C+. Winner of this matchup, let's see. Excuse me. Let's see. I like Brady matchup. Antonio Brown at Cleveland. Those are tough. You got Jordy at Seattle, Aaron at Seattle. That's a tough matchup. I'm going to give the edge here to Paul. Unbelievable. Let's go back to the next matchup here. All right, we have Joe Lascari versus Aaron Page. Easy money, easy money. Might have to change that name because you're bad. Let's do draft grades a little bit. Aaron, Mariota, C.J. Anderson, Paul Perkins, A.J. Green, Demaryius Thomas, Gronk, T.Y. It's a pretty stacked lineup. He's got Doug Martin, who'll be back from suspension after a few games. Derrick Henry, you're welcome. Corey Coleman, hot garbage. Pretty solid team. No kicker. Might not work out. Anyway, we go to the other team. Joe Lascari here. What do we got? Joey, the passive assassin. What do we got? Russell Wilson, David Johnson, Isaiah Crowell, Amari Cooper, Macklin. Pretty solid. Crowell should have a big year. I was actually really looking for him. Jarvis Landry sniped him right in front of me. Nicely done. Jonathan Stewart, some decent depth. Kobe Fleener, Eric Ebron. Pretty weak there. Let's see. At Green Bay, pretty solid matchups. Right now you're only projected for 88, but luckily for you, Aaron's only projected for 85 because he's bad. You both don't have kickers in. Strange. Actually, Aaron doesn't even have one on his team. Gonna be tough. I'm gonna lean towards. I'm gonna give it to Page. We'll stay strong in Brantford. Your pricing's going up and no more returns. You're bad at drafting. What else do we got here? So yeah, Aaron over Joe Lascari. And a tight matchup though. I think it could go either way. What do we got next? All right, we got the two Bryans. We got Mo versus, I guess you're going by Pretty Brian now. You're very tan, a little suspect. What do we got here? Breeze, Gurley, Lacey, Evans on Brian M's team. I guess they're both Brian M. Son of a bitch. McNearney. We got Gurley, Eddie Lacy, Evans, Hopkins, Delaney Walker, Calvin Benjamin. Pretty solid. Lacy kind of lucked out that he's the starter because Rawls is injured. On the bench, not much. Charles is, I guess, a sleeper. Maybe. Gurley at Indy, easy matchup. Breeze in Minnesota, that D looks good. Hopkins against Jacksonville. Decent matchups. You got to take Mike Evans out, though. He's not playing, so good luck with that. Probably put in Mike Wallace. You have really nothing else. JPP's missing fingers. It's been a couple years, man. I think we're over it. Cam, Devontae, Adrian, Cooks, Jeffries, Reed, Marshall. Adrian, kind of a reach. Does he have anything else? No. James White I like, but mediocre at this point. They say if their kicker's in, guys. Good job paying attention to your team. No, take that back. Brian number 3 there. You don't have a wide receiver in that's playing. Cooks, Jeffrey, Newton, Devontae, I think is a little bit better. If Evans was in, I'd probably give it to Brian 3, but right now it's going to Brian 2. So Brian, congratulations. Draft grades, getting Fs because you showed up a fucking hour and a half late during your lesson. All right, what do we got next? Carey and Dallas. Freaking hot mess matchup here. Dallas didn't even show up to the draft. Priorities, man. Freaking going to the Hamptons or something. Bullshit. And it was nice to meet Sam Leggetti over there. He didn't pay me the money, so you still owe me $25. You paid your $50, but he still owes from last year, which means you owe from last year. Josh, you're caught up. Thanks again, buddy. Let's go into the teams here. Derek Carr, Marshawn Lynch, McCaffrey. I like that. Dez, Julio, Bennett, Corey Davis, nice little sleeper. Maybe early for week 1. I heard he's kind of banged up. Robbie Anderson on the bench. He got a lot of targets for an awful Jets team that will be behind. Frank Gore, starting running back. Pretty solid team, actually. I'll give you a B+. That's a decent team. Matchups, Dez going to have 0 because the NYPD is going to shut him down. Julio is unstoppable, and against the Bears could be a 300-yard game. McCaffrey, San Fran. Raiders against Titans, who had a decent defense, so that should be interesting. Carey, Tom Brady is the best. These yard guys are weird. We got Matt Ryan, Ty Montgomery, Jay Ajayi, who's not in. Where have you been? Keenan Allen, Martavius Bryant. Jesus, that's like a suspension and a hamstring. My God. Randall Cobb, Terrence West, Moncrief, Dak. Oof. This is a brutal team. Carey, you're getting an F for your draft grade because besides Matt Ryan and Jay Ajayi, it's like 8th round picks and Zach Ertz. It's bad. Also projected to put up 70, which is awful. Dallas, easy matchup here. You'll definitely take the victory. Yeah, solid draft though. All right, what do we got next? Marcy and Josh. Madison Star opens, and yet it falls apart over this matchup. Here we go. Josh fired Goodell. Not funny. Josh with the big trade for DeMarco. For Elliott, excuse me. We'll see how it turns out. Obviously, week 1 against the Giants, horrific matchup. Guy's freaking terrible. So you should not play him if you were smart. What else we got? Devontae, Terrell Pryor. High upside guys, I guess, but pretty low ceilings as well. Terrell is not really a wide receiver, but projected for big things in Washington, I guess. Tough division with corners too, so that should be interesting. What do we got? We got Stafford, DeMarco, Greg Olsen, solid. Tyreek Hill. I'm not a big Tyreek Hill fan, but who knows? Playing Thursday, so we'll find out right away. On the bench, Coleman, Ryan Switzer, Switz beats. Sad. And he picked up McFadden in case things don't go well. It's smart by you. But you did have to give up Marvin Jones, who's a decent receiver. And on this team, Eric Garcon, Michael Thomas, Sterling Shepard. On a bye week, he could play. Could make a difference. Jameis Winston, Le'Veon, Joe Mixon for Marcy. Mixon's not the starter right now. I think he will be. But that's a tough break. And your backup would be nothing. So you're going to have 0 points from that. You also have Jameis in the lineup. Marcy, what are you doing? Am I going to have to friggin' call the store, place an order for a quarterback? Come on. Attention. Don't even have a quarterback on the bench. So that's going to hurt. And what I do like, though, Marcy, you took Witten in like the 5th round. You're getting an F. I'm sorry. Josh, your draft grade. I'm not a fan of your receivers, but you can't argue with Elliott and Murray if they play. Stafford and Olsen, pretty good. So I'll give you like a B. Your managerial skills, probably lower than that, so this will be a confidence boost for you. On to the next one. Josh, with the victory. Marcy, change your quarterback and get lucky. Finally, the matchup you've all been waiting for. Last year's champ versus probably this year's champ. Your fearless leader, Ryan. Mixon Shady Priors. Let's see. Cousins, Steele, Leonard Fournette, Dalvin Cook. Obviously, I'm going the rookie train. Target monsters there. Cakewalk. Odell Beckham, best player in the league. Got him at first spot, obviously. Sammy Watkins, the Ram, so that probably going to suck for him. But I got Golden Tate, Emmanuel Sanders on the bench. Also got Thomas Rawls, who should be the starter when he's healthy. Duke Johnson and Danny Woodhead. in case anyone gets hurt. Great draft. Bills D, and the Jets. You guys are knuckleheads. Come on, taking defenses in like the 10th round. A plus draft. What else do we got? We got Chris Walton. Let's see. Hanging with Hernandez. Not even too soon, just not tasteful. Come on, man. Ben Roethlisberger, Jordan Howard, Kareem Hunt, Doug Baldwin, Larry Fitz, Hunter Henry, LaShawn McCoy. Probably should have waited till tomorrow, Friday, for this trade because you would have known more then. I don't know why you couldn't wait freaking 48 hours, but we'll find out. Hopefully you made a great decision and he misses all those games starting week 2. Stephon Diggs, Allen Robinson on the bench. That's a pretty good wide receiver depth. Eric Decker, hot garbage. LeGarrette Blount for your running back depth. But you got 3 good ones. It's actually a pretty solid team. Actually, I think I said that during the draft. Wallen will give you an A- because obviously you're not as good as me. But yeah, solid draft with no injuries. Again, season comes down to no injuries. You should be solid. Where do we leave it at? Everybody's paid up except for the yard. Which, come on, guys. I work right here. Just come over, give me the money. We're good. Football starts tonight. Everybody enjoy the game. And I want to leave you with this. You're all going to lose, so thank you for the money. It's been a pleasure. Week 1 picks. Fine. Out.